Hi, hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint artist. We're gonna talk about Seint makeup. Let's talk realistic makeup. Let's talk about real makeup on real skin on real people, okay? You see the tutorials, the reels, the shorts, the whatevers, and it's all these crazy cut creases and bold colors and sharpening and snatching and all the things. Why not keep it simple? Keep it good. Seint Makeup, it's highly pigmented, so you're putting less on your face. You're still getting the coverage you want, and anyone can do this makeup, and it looks better. Here's my challenge. Try it and tell me I'm wrong. Try it and tell me I'm wrong. Challenge. Challenge done. Go to the description, click the link, get a color match, browse with all the information. I'm not a high pressure person. I'm not going to be hitting you up every day being like, hey, you didn't buy your color match. I don't do that. I leave everybody alone, but I do love this makeup. I've been using it for 3 years and I like it and I want you to like it. So, hey, try it and tell me I'm wrong. So I'm going to do my makeup today. This is my palette. This is my everyday palette. I'm going to be using my main highlight, which is foundation, which is Amber. Versailles is my brightening, like a concealer. I'm going to use Olive Contour, and then I'm going to be using this guy right here. This is bronzer. You can get it in a collection with the brush. This is the blush and bronzer brush. So you buy the brush, and for $5 more, you get a bronzer. In my book, that's called basically free. And then I'm also going to use my detail brush. This is my favorite brush. Great for contouring, great for color correcting, great for under eyes. It's a good small light application brush when you need a light application for those high texture areas. Okay, so I'm going to start with the blush and bronzer brush on the short end, and I'm going to go into my main highlight first. And this is what I mean when it's easy. You stamp into it because you don't want your bristles sticking together. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to the lower part of my face just to even out my skin tone. And when I say this is forgivable makeup, all this works together because everything is cream and everything is foundational coverage. My contour, my bronzer, my blushes, they're all foundational coverage. Now I have problematic skin. I get hormonal breakouts. I used to get cystic acne, so I also have dreaded acne scarring. I suffer from cold sores. And I like this makeup because it can cover my textured scarring or my cold sores without accentuating it and drawing more attention to it. I've got just a little healer going on over here. And all I've done here is used buildable coverage. And with Seint, because it's creams and they all work together, if you ever go crazy and you over apply some makeup, this boy right here, you just go over and it picks up all that excess and it just smooths it all out. It'll marry everything together at the end also. The brushes work so well with this makeup. I'm going to use this fluffy end. I'm going to go into my bronzer here because my neck is always lighter than my face. And I'm just going to flip this hair back. I'm just going to bridge my neck to my face because it's always lighter. It's not a makeup issue. It's a neck issue. My neck is just pale and my face isn't. It's not as pale as my neck. All right, so I've evened out my skin tone. When I say I even out my skin tone, that doesn't mean I'm going all over my face. I'm only evening out my skin tone where my problem areas are. So if it's your forehead, even it out. If it's your cheeks like mine, even it out. Chin, even it out. I just even it out on the lower portion of my face. All right, we're gonna switch to the detail brush and I'm gonna go into Olive Contour. I like to really load this brush up. You cannot over apply your contour because it blends down so well. I grabbed some brightening on that on accident. Okay, so look at that. It's too dark for my skin, but it's a shadow. We're accentuating a shadow. And this is what I mean. You don't have to be tidy. You don't have to be perfect. You just smear these in all of your shadow zones. Cheekbones, forehead. You're gonna get your jaw. We all have shadowing under our jaw. Let's just accentuate that too. And so we just go under and just like that. I mean, this is easy makeup. And so if you mess this up, they work together to make it good. So I'm just putting it on the side of the brush here and I just stamp. And if you're not good at contouring, I just smeared these in my areas. I have something in my hair. Okay. I just smeared these on either side. That's all I did. If you're nervous about your nose, this is my tip. Press it on either side, square it off at the tip, and when you blend it over. Blend it over. This is easy. I'm just gonna blend it out, blend it over, and I'm gonna have a brown nose for a while. It's gonna be okay. This is where I say it's forgivable, no mess up makeup, and it's so good. So I'm just using a really light touch, just the tips of the bristles, to circulate, blend out, blend down this contour so that, one, it gives me coverage, looks natural, and it mimics a shadow. Okay, same. I'm gonna just tap over this a little bit, but I wanna keep this under blended. And that's it. You want this under blended. I'm gonna be adding bronzer, blush, so you want it to be heavy because it's gonna blend down more. Okay, we're gonna go to this little end. I love this little end for brightening because it's a light application brush. And we're gonna add it to the middle of our brows, just like this. Okay, I'm gonna take what's left and just hit my Cupid's bow because this is where I'm adding just reflective light. I had even out the skin tone. I'm just putting a little bit of brightness over it. I mean, a little bit. And that's just going to give me some dimension and brightening, like reflected light. And right here, I'm just brightening in between my brows to look like reflected light. Look how pretty that is. And as I pull this towards my contour, it blends with the contour and it just evens out. And that's why I didn't need to take that foundation color and bring it super high up. Okay, remember how my nose is brown and I blend it across like this? We're gonna take and we're gonna pinch this little end. We're gonna go into our brightening, okay? And we're just gonna tap this right down the middle of the nose and the tip, just like that. And then we just blend it out. We can use our finger here. And we just blend it out and look at that perfectly contoured nose. You don't need to be scared. Everything is workable. The other thing is, message me if you're ever struggling. I love to talk about the makeup. I'm very active with the makeup because I do like to talk about it. All right, going back to the blush and bronzer brush, and I'm gonna go into my bronzer next. So I'm gonna tap into this and I'm gonna go here and here first. This is where the sun hits your forehead and you're gonna get warmth there first. And then I like to add it to my cheekbones. I always start up here at the top, drape it around my eyes just to keep it very natural and warm. Just like that, add a little bit more. It's really creamy, so you can see it right here, and it picks up, and it's 80% pigmentation, so everything is really pigmented, and so a little goes a long way. I'm gonna take this fluffy end, and I'm just gonna go right over everything on my, it's a good looking forehead. I mean, the way that this all comes together, I always say, it's makeup, not magic. I like that this looks like makeup without looking like makeup. I mean, it's good makeup. I like bronzer as a blush, and I always like to add a touch of pink. So I build my bronzer up on my cheeks, just like that. And there we go. And see how it just blended down that contour just a bit? Easy. And I haven't even done my under eyes yet. Okay, so let's talk about my cheeks. I'm playing with colors here. Taffy. I love Taffy. Taffy is a blush here. Foundational coverage. Foundational coverage. This is nude. What color is this one? Can't remember. Oh, it's another Taffy. How do I have two Okay, well, I got two Taffies in here. So we're going to take some Taffy and we're going to put this on my apples. And I'm doing this because I have problematic skin. So I put this on the apples of my cheeks so that my scarring won't pull through when I pick a blush. Let's see what I have laying around here. Ooh, no. Let's do a blush. Their blushes are so pretty and there's so many. Like there's a lot of blushes here. There's a lot of blushes here. I'm going to do Rosewood. It's limited edition and it's really pretty. Look at how pretty. Look at how pretty. We're going to pop this up here. Now I'm going to do this because using something like Rosewood would pull my scarring through on the apples, but because I put that Taffy color here, another good one is Saint Tropez, another one is Frenchie. You could use, if you got Audrey when it was available, that one would work too. So we're gonna take the blush and bronzer. I'm gonna smile because as you mature, I'm 42, so as you mature, you lose the volume in your cheeks. So I'm gonna tap this over and I'm gonna bring it up and then I'm gonna bring it down to the Taffy. And this is gonna help combat, look at how pretty it just blends together like an ombre, and it adds just that little touch of pink right there. Just so good. Again, hitting that Rosewood up at the tops of the cheeks. If you're mature, I recommend doing a very light Frenchie, Saint Tropez, Taffy if you want. putting that on your apples anyways, even if you don't have problematic skin, and putting that bolder cheek color towards the top on your cheekbones and doing this. It's just a really great way to not accentuate the fact that when you're resting your face, you can still see your cheeks without it looking like clown circles, because as we mature, the volume breaks down. So there we go. Boom, boom, boom. It's just good quality makeup. All right, detail brush, small end, going into my brightening. I always save my eyes for last, and everybody has this, okay? If you think you don't, you're fooling yourself. Everyone has it. Take that brightening and tap it up your cheekbone. Right here on that orbital cheekbone area, tap that up, and this is gonna pull your eye up when you do this, okay? Grabbing just a little bit more, and I'm gonna go into this inner corner. It's gonna brighten things up just the smallest amount. But I like to focus my brightening on my orbital bone and up, and then I hit that soft tissue. I don't like to directly really apply my creams to my soft tissue because it can easily accentuate fine lines. It can make it look crepey. I don't recommend powders for under eyes, no matter what age you are. I don't. I'm guilty of baking. I used to love to bake under my eyes, and I couldn't handle how they looked at the end of the day, and it was because of the baking. And I have very oily skin, and it would change the consistency and break down and separate my concealer and that powder. So that's why I do it that way. But look at the difference. Look at how nice and youthful and bright this is. And it's not a lot of makeup. So again, I always start under the trough here and just tap up that orbital bone, cheekbone, whatever you want to call it, very lightly. I mean, this is a very light color, and I don't have a lot on my brush. Getting that inner corner here, and then again, just tapping this, pulling it up to give your eyes some lift, then tapping into that soft tissue. And I really strongly urge you to tap. Don't wipe. It's going to mature those under eyes. Look at that. This is just real life, everyday makeup. I'm just going to tap this with my blush. Look at that. Go back into the blush and bronzer. And it's just good everyday makeup. Detail brush again, because I want to get my lips. And I go under my lip here. Look at that. It just suddenly filled up my lip. I'm even going to hit my Cupid's bow with it. It doesn't have to be tidy. And it's just going to make them look a little fuller than they are. I'm going to go into the lip liner Oak. It's so light. And we're just going to go up, and we're not going to outer line our lips. It looks silly. Don't do it. I mean, if you want to do it, I'm not here to tell you what to do. And then we're just going to lower line. And then I'm going to grab taffy, and I'm going to go and do just a nice neutral nude lip. All right. And that's it. Okay. Ooh, let's add a little color. All right. This is Ruby, I believe. Ruby. It's a gloss, and it's pretty. Oh yeah, that just pumped it up a notch. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's better. Okay. That's it. That's everyday, realistic. I don't look like a crazy well, I probably do look like a crazy person because I get excited about makeup. So I guess I'm a little crazy, and that's okay. I'm going to take some setting spray, and I'm going to spray it up. If you feel like your makeup doesn't last all day, it's because you're skipping setting spray probably. You want it. You can use it to prep. You can use it at the end. I'm going to take this brush and use some powder, and I only powder the outside of my face, and then I bring it in. Because I don't want to add texture, because I am mature. My skin is maturing. So I don't put powder right smack in the middle first. I go out and work my way in. But that's it. If you have dry skin, don't worry with the setting powder. I don't recommend it for dry skin. It just will make you look drier. You don't need it. Okay. Real makeup for a real face. I'm telling you, this is good stuff. It lasts. It looks good. Makeup will always look like makeup. You should make sure the makeup looks good. It's not heavy. It's not chalky. It's not going to crack. It's going to give you the coverage you want, and it's going to look and feel so good. Try it and tell me I'm wrong. All right, message me. Let's get you a color match. Seint Makeup. I'm telling you, try it and tell me I'm wrong. Have a great day.